Yeah. Where is Thomas? Thomas on vacation?
Thomas is at work, man. But guys, this is Mongolian Mindset, and it's gonna be me and Shelly today, and we'll be helping Victor find his personality type. Victor, you don't have to go into anything you don't want to. We'll be using whatever you say to triangulate down and find your best fit personality type. We'll try to find Enneagram as well. With the results, you're fit to do whatever you like, man.
Yes. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to this Mongolian Mindset.
All right, brother. Can you introduce yourself?
Because we're doing amazing work, guys, and we're doing it for free. So they spend their time to do it, guys. Don't forget.
Well, can you introduce yourself, Victor?
Yeah, I'm from Italy. I'm 27 years old, and yeah, I'm just a big fan of MBTI and typology.
Mm-hmm. So, what got you into typology and MBTI?
It was like me and my sister just like choose career, you know, if it's right fit for us, and we like see this Wikipedia MBTI like dichotomy, or it's like introversion versus extroversion, like that. And yeah, we just choose the letters, and then later I just want to know how it works, more about this stuff. So I got like into functions, and then later it's like you learn more about Enneagram, and then you get into socionics, like that, you know. Deep into a rabbit hole.
What do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Actually, I don't really have like specific plans, but I do like have a general idea where I want to be. But I feel like if I tell it, it won't happen, you know. So I like to work on it and just show instead of talk, you know.
Okay, that's perfectly fine, brother.
Yeah.
What is something that you believe causes you to be stressed out?
Like when someone like puts emotional burden on me, like tries to guilt me or something, or like too much sensory chaos, you know, too much lights, too much noise, too much stuff in moments to happen.
Okay.
That's you out. Is that what you said?
Too much stimuli basically causes him to be stressed out. Do you like how do you like what's a normal weekend for you like?
I can stay home, yeah. I can chill, like don't have peace of mind. I think that's really important. And it makes me distress, relax, and then continue on my goals, you know. I like to work on my goals more than like have fun, more than just, you know, go out to beach, go out dinner to restaurant, like that.
Okay. If you were to have the best day ever, what would that look like for you?
Probably no people around, just chill. But I love people, but sometimes it's too much, and you just wanna be yourself with your own thoughts. So I think maybe at the beach in a new country for like a few days would be amazing. Just yourself, no people around, and like no pressure to communicate or yeah, like that.
Okay. Tell us about your typical weekend.
How was my typical weekend?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes travel, like if I find cheap travel here, sometimes I travel, or just chill home if I'm too tired from work. That's it, pretty much.
Okay. What do you think is something you're trying to work on for 2023?
Don't really have goals like that, but I do like to learn more skills. More skills that, you know, the more you know, the more you can achieve. So I would really like to add more skills to my repertoire.
What are 3 things people would say about you?
I think too serious could be one of them. Then quiet and smart too, but don't wanna like be too arrogant. But yeah, I would probably say it.
Smart but humble.
Okay. So what do you think is something that is like, if you had one skill of yours to bet on, what would it be and why?
I think I can learn like anything and fast. Like in the beginning, I'm shit, but like after a few days, magically, I like learn fast, and I can grind it like for hours and hours.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's grinding and learning fast, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people would find it boring, but for me, it's like just grind and just be happy with the progress.
Do you don't mind?
Is it like motivation for more stuff?
You say you have to have progress? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty movement type.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe you see like different. So
just let us cut down conclusion here. What do you think is a skill that you would like the next generation to know? If you could if you could have them learn any skill.
People to know that's what's true without like getting emotionally clouded, you know. Sometimes people like make decisions based on emotions, and it's like not the most correct one, but it's like the most popular one, and it causes them to get into trouble or make trouble for other people. Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay. What do you want to be remembered for?
I don't think I want to be remembered.
Why you say that, man?
I don't know. I just like to do my own stuff and don't really need the attention. Like.
Yeah. How do you behave when you get upset?
Oh, I withdraw. Yeah.
What's that?
I like to when you're upset, you have like a lot of negative energy. In that case, I just like to withdraw from the situation and just calm down. Because if you wait a little bit, you have better chance of making a good decision.
How do you go about learning new things?
Trial and error is one way, and research a lot more about it from different sources, and then just find one that's like quick for me, and find a way that gives me feedback, because I think without feedback it's much harder to learn.
How do you feel about taking care of other people?
I do like to make other people happy and a little taking care of them, but don't want to like be burdened with it forever.
Okay. What do you think is a thing that it burdens you?
Lack of freedom could be. Like not being able to do what I want whenever I want is really annoying. And being forced to take care for like in the next, have somebody schedule your day in like 2 months. So you don't have freedom to do whatever you want on that day, and somebody already decided for you.
So you don't like people to decide things for you?
No, not at all.
What makes you trust other people?
What makes me
trust other people?
Trust other people?
Yeah.
General feel and vibe about them, and sometimes their actions match what they say, and their morals. You can like feel this person doesn't take advantage of you when you're like in a bad situation, so they earn their trust that way.
Okay. If you could go back and start your life over with the same knowledge you got now, would you, and why or why not?
No, I wouldn't choose. I would keep my current life. I think mistakes are part of life, and like nothing's perfect, so you just mistakes and flaws and not perfect stuff, and like that is a part of you. It's like a painting, like all together. not just the good or the bad too, because that's what makes you successful later.
How often do you go out and socialize with people?
I can like, if I'm feeling happy, I can start and talk and be full of energy, but usually I'm pretty content with just myself, can keep it to myself. I guess I'm pretty introverted. But here's the thing, I got into C.S. Joseph system, you know, because it's like the first Linda Barrens system that caught my attention. And he like has this little PDF book where he puts like a description of introversion and extroversion. And like one of the extroversion things was like interrupt people or like go back to new things. Like once you start new things, you just start new and then you resume the before stuff later. So yeah, I do that quite a few times. But I do think I'm an introvert.
Okay. What is the ideal job for you and why?
Oh, the ideal job is like the one that you pays to learn more stuff that you enjoy.
For you, like in the world, like you can have any job.
I like solve problems, so anything that solve problems would make me happy, especially if they pay me and give me freedom to just study what I want. That's like ideal job. You know, like before they had like these painters that got sponsored by some rich king or like that. So yeah, I would enjoy it like that.
Do you got anything?
Oh, who's somebody famous that you can relate to?
Someone famous
or well known?
I do look up to a lot of people, but I don't know my type yet, so I don't know if it's the same type like them, so I'm not gonna be accurate. But
that's okay. Curious to hear who
I have to think a lot. No, I can't answer it. It's too hard.
Okay. What do you think the biggest problem with humanity is?
Biggest problem. Yes, sometimes the most popular opinion, like the most popular people win over the most truthful or the most kind, you know. I think that's a big problem because people get easily influenced by popularity. But generally, I don't have problems with humanity. Just don't want to be around them most of the time.
If you ever went to jail, what would it be for?
Finding some loophole in system, like earn money like from some loophole, but it's perfectly legal. But then people just go against you, and then it becomes illegal. It's like that, probably.
Okay. What do you think is something you do that sabotages yourself?
Leave things too quickly if I don't see progress. And
what I understand what you said.
Start something and then leave it quickly if I don't get feedback like fast or at the speed I like. And it causes me like to not reach my potential the way I think of myself. So I think that's makes me like bottleneck me.
Okay.
How do you know what you're hearing is true?
How do I know what someone says is true or what? Sorry.
Just what information that you're hearing.
it just makes sense logically, or it's if that person has like a pattern of doing this, or like their action don't match their words, what they say, or they communicate something different with without words, like with body language.
So, like, what about information from like internet or TV? I guess.
Not logically. If it's abstract, it's logically.
If it's what?
If it's like not, it's like if it's abstract, then it's like it makes sense to me logically or not.
What is a thing
like like it? How does it fit into what I already know, and is it make sense based on what I seen before and the pattern I'm observing?
Okay. I just literally forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good. What is
Do you find
your crowning achievement? Like, what is something that you're proud of? What's something about yourself that you're really proud of?
I like, it's little small thing for me, but I got a job just faking it, you know. I said on my yes. I said I did this for like years, and I graduated here and just passed the interview, but I had no experience, and then I just learned it in 1 week. So
how long have you been with the job?
I kept it for how long did I? Sorry.
Yeah, I said, how long were you there?
I was there for 4 months, but they didn't teach me a lot of things. So when they offer like renewal, I refused because I didn't feel like they paid me what I was worth, and it was rather earn less and learn more. So later in like 5 years, I earn much more.
Okay.
Like
each focus.
So what's your biggest fear in life?
Heights, and it was snake before too, but like snake not anymore. Heights, it's my biggest fear. Or heights, it's like physical fear, like in the moment, but in future I worry that maybe my body won't allow me to do things I want in my mind. So it's like one of the biggest fears, maybe the biggest. Because you know, you can want so many things, but in the end, if your body don't allow it, you feel restricted.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be? I didn't ask that, right?
Have more wishes.
I said, can't ask that.
Probably have more time, have more knowledge, and have good physical shape and mental shape too.
All right, Shelly, you done here? I'm done.
I'm good.
All right, brother. So, what I got here was one of the things you said was you can learn things very fast. Okay, that's great. A thing that you said was you really care about understanding what's true without getting emotionally charged. So that's going to be separating emotion and thinking logically from things. So that's going to be a TIFE statement. You do things by trial and error. So that's going to be progression or movement, whatever you want to call it. You really don't like lack of freedom, not being able to do what I want when I want. That's going to put you in the pragmatic category. I don't like people to decide for yourself. That's going to be pragmatic again. When I asked about if you would start life over, you said no, because mistakes are part of life. I'm going to hit you for progression there. And then you initiated some stuff about C.S. Joseph and his system and then his definition. So that'd be initiating. You said you like the freedom to study and do what I want. That's going to be pragmatic again. You don't like that people are swayed by popular opinion with the actual truth. So that's going to be TIFE. You said about going to jail, find some loophole in the system. Would be why you would go to jail. So that'd be pragmatic and systematic. You leave the jobs because you said leave them because of you said leave things too quickly if you don't get feedback fast.
Yeah.
So that's going to be more of a starter thing or whatever you want to call it, initiating thing. Like if it doesn't feel those ideas, then you're going to move on. When talked about how you know something's true or false, you said a person has a pattern or of doing something. That's gonna be more of an NE thing. And then you talked about
ENTP.
yeah. But pattern I'm observing, that's NE as well. You got a job by just faking it, that's gonna be pragmatic. And then you talked about like not being the worth of money and then that being future focused. And then the biggest thing, we actually got you to say an SI inferior thing. Worry about my body won't last in the future. That's SI inferior there. That's where your
sometimes I just I just like to run for hours and hours because if I'm in my head too much, it's like become a dark place. So I have to like feel my body suffering a little bit too.
So based off that, man, we got you as an ENTP.
Okay.
What'd you type yourself as?
I got test as ISTP, but when I was doing the type grid from Linda Barrens, I got progression pragmatic. And then I was like thinking myself, I'm quiet, introvert. So I was like finisher type. And it was down to ISTP and INTJ. And I was thinking, I'm not really interested people. So I got myself as INTJ.
Yeah. So why would you say you're a finisher if you just start, you just quit everything quickly?
Oh my
That didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. Finishers don't like to start things, so that's the reason why they are finishers.
Do you have any advice for
for
how to get through? Like, yeah.
I mean, just keep doing what you're doing and try to work on working on which ideas you think are the best ideas. Instead of just bouncing from thing to thing, try to figure out which ideas are the best. Okay. You guys have amazing ideas, ideas that can change the world. You just got to figure out which one those are, you know. And I mean, you got a lifetime to do that.
Yeah.
But go for it. And take care of your body, man. Really take care of your body and take care of your health, like you said. That's very
I go through a period like super take care and then super reckless, super like just do what you want. Then go back. It's like a dog chasing its tail.
Yeah. I mean, just make sure you take care of your body, man. Take care of your body. Take care of your friendships, and try to work on trying to get one of those ideas to make you rich, man. Work on those ideas. You know how you guys go through life just collecting all these skills and knowledge. You know, eventually you're gonna hit your big break.
So would you advise me to like have more width instead of depth of knowledge? More like broad knowledge instead of like specific?
I think no matter what, you're gonna always be broad knowledge because like you're just gonna be a slave to everybody's a slave to the hero function, and you're gonna be a slave to NE, which is extroverted intuition. So extroverted intuition wants to brainstorm. It's the brainstorming function. It's the ideas function. It's the idea generator. So you're gonna be like, man, you know, I see this over here, and I see that over there, and I see this over there. But just make sure you take care of yourself and worry about like take care of your health and take care of your finances. It's okay to have great ideas and bounce around, but make sure you're taking care of your finances and your health. That's probably the best advice I can ever give an ENTP. Enjoy life, take care of your health and finances. Shelly, you got anything you want to say?
I don't think so. I was just curious about whether you find it difficult to make decisions, just for my own note.
What I find difficult making decisions? Sorry.
Do you find it difficult to make decisions, or?
If it's like something trivial, I will just choose something fast, just get on with it. But in my mind, I know it's like not the best. But it's like it's gonna work for the moment. But if it's something like really important for like for my like direction of life, or like in 2 years' time, like that, I will take my time and try to not lock myself into some option I can get out of.
He's gotta have his back door.
Yes.
Yeah, it's ENTP shit, man. Shelly, what do you think his Enneagram is?
I don't. You're gonna have to guess. But your accent. I was struggling with. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, it's Italian accent.
Well, we know he's not a 1. All right, Shelly, we know he's not a 1. We know he's not a 9. We know he's not an 8. I don't think he's a 2. I don't think he is a 3.
Not 6.
Not a 6. I don't think 7 either. I think we're between a 4 and a 5. What do you think? Well, he didn't see. I think he's more of a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably say he's 5W4. Yeah. And that's the reason why he likes to
What's like the difference between 5W4 and 5W6? Like,
well, 5W4 I think would be more into being, having like melancholy, being more into expressing themselves and stuff. And then a 6 has fear. So fear really is a big thing for a 6. They're always fearing like worst case scenarios, or fearing something. Like you'll see these damn INTJs get on here fearing that the government's gonna take over this, or fearing this, and they need to go fucking just eat straight fucking cows from that they've grown themselves, It's some crazy ass shit like that. It's fucking 6
You need a bunker too. Yeah. You need a bunker too, man.
Yeah, need a bunker.
If I wasn't lazy, I would have one.
And need to trade in all their money and get straight silver. I'm like, yo, bro, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, if the world goes to shit, I'm gonna take your shit. All that shit you planned out and made, I'm just gonna fucking take it from you, with like an army. So like, just give your shit up, But I would probably say you're a 5 because you like to learn things just for the sake of learning. Like, you're just curious for the sake of learning. And that's what 5s are. They like to learn just for the sake of learning.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a 5 Enneagram, which is very rare, man.
Very rare for ENTP?
Huh?
It's very rare for ENTP?
No, I just think overall, Enneagram 5 is pretty rare.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. But it's like mostly anti-quadra.
I think it's mostly NTPs, to be honest with you. It's mostly just NTPs. Because INTJs, they like learning, but they don't really like it for the sake of learning, really.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, they really don't like it just for the sake of fucking learning. You almost got to pull their teeth to get them to learn something new. Or when you give them that contradicts their ideas or anything, they have a real hard problem with that. As an NTP, grab that shit. Okay, let me read this shit. Oh, okay, bro, this is wrong because of X, Y, and Z. Like, they are just naturally curious people.
Definitely relatable. Yeah. I just got into like MBTI without like anything in mind, just rolling with it and trying to learn more stuff and how it works, how it pieces together, like that.
Shit, I would even say that I'm more curious than Shelly is. I'm like, Shelly, you need to fucking read this shit. And Shelly, you need to read this shit. Shelly, you read this shit? And she's like, no.
Is it like...
or she'll lie and say she read it and I got to fucking call her out. Like, Shelly, what did it say? That's the first thing I'm going to say when I send you something. Like, don't think that's what my INTP girl. I'm like, first thing, did you read it? Then she'd be like, yeah. I said, then what did it say then? That's the first thing. You guaranteed I'm going to fucking pull your fucking car. You better fucking have read that shit. Because if you did, I'm going to lose my shit. But yeah, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys a lot.
Shelly, you got anything you want to say?
No.
Any advice for ENTP? Anything? Shelly, work on your SE period. This is your time, Shelly.
Like,
Trying to think of something worthwhile to say. Yeah. Not really.
All right. Well, Victor, man, we'll see you in the group, man. It was an absolute pleasure, man. Thanks for coming on.
thank you guys so much.
All righty, brother.
Thank you.